I don't know about you, but I know that I often find it easier to think of solutions to other people's life problems than I do my own. The thing is, though, there are sometimes hidden complexities and challenges that we're not aware of that means the solution might not be as straightforward as we first thought it was. I think we're sometimes guilty of doing this in our churches too. We see people struggling and we think we would know how to fix things, but we don't ever really take the time to listen to them or to be with them. On the fourth day of Holy Week, the actions of Jesus and his followers start to parallel the events of Passover, the festival where Jewish people celebrate the freedom from enslavement in Moses' time. In an upper room, Jesus prepares to share the Passover feast with his disciples, friends he had journeyed with for over 3 years. Before all of that began, Jesus stood up, wrapped a towel around his waist, and kneeled by a basin full of water. And then he did something that no one was expecting. He began to wash his disciples' feet. See, Jesus' relationship with his disciples wasn't one way. Jesus really knew them. He'd been with them at their best and their worst. He knew their hopes and fears and dreams. This act of service wasn't just for show. This was Jesus sharing his heart, his love for some of his closest friends. And in doing so, showing us how we too are called to serve, to be with one another in all of the joys and challenges of our lives. As an ordained Methodist deacon, this passage is particularly important to me, as a reminder that God's unbounded love is shared in the being with, and that we are called to do likewise. After this, Jesus and his friends share a meal together, and then they make their way to the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus prays, sweating drops of blood in agony and anguish. Finally, late in the evening, Jesus is betrayed by Judas' kiss. He is arrested by the Sanhedrin and taken to the house of the high priest, where they begin to make their case against him. Join us tomorrow as we find out what happens next.